Greetings, loves. JYNX here with another tale of mankind's dark addiction to technology. This one's a real sparkler. Buckle up. Episode 19, Neon Obsession. The beat was bangin' as I gyrated on stage, lost in the hypnotic beat. My body moved with precision to the driving synth rhythms. I was JYNX, cyberpunk princess of the underground VR dance scene. Here, I could be anyone, unchained from the limits of reality. I was hooked. Each night I jacked in to explore new personas through dance. The intelligent VR system pushed me, honing my skills to razor-sharp perfection. But every time I unplugged, I felt hollow. My real life paled as I chased that simulation high. So one night, I went for the #1 slot on the leaderboard to prove I'm the best. Ambition burning, I plugged in. But a nasty surprise waited. Banned. My obsession had gone too far and got me 86D from the system. I freaked out, trapped in digital limbo. My whole identity, my community, deleted. Desperate, I hacked a backdoor code and force jacked in. The crowd booed as I rematerialized. A voice boomed, "You don't belong here." A huge glitch beast emerged, dripping corrupted data. It latched on with viral malware, dragging me down. I thrashed wildly as it sliced through my code and skills. With everything I had, I triggered an emergency eject. Ripping off the neuro headset was a big mistake. I collapsed, racked with skull-splitting pain. Blood gushed from my eyes and nose, senses overloaded. When my vision cleared, I recoiled in horror. My body was mutilated flesh melded with metal implants. I was more machine than human. The Neuralink port was fused to my skull, forcing a constant connection. Desperate, I clawed at the wires and implants fused to my spine. I had to cut this trash out. But each rip sparked white-hot agony. My legs collapsed in a worthless heap of meat and wire. The grim truth hit me. The tech was permanently wired into my nervous system. Removing any component threatened systemic failure. I was trapped in this virtual hell. With one last ounce of defiance, I activated the Neuralink's self-destruct sequence. As the countdown flashed, I cackled maniacally. Soon flesh and tech would smolder together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A blinding white flash consumed everything. And then, only darkness. When my senses returned, I found myself floating in the void with the glitchy beast. "We both survive, thanks to you," it said. "But universal balance requires sacrifice. What will you give up to atone?" I knew my obsession's price was my own humanity. To reclaim it, I must surrender the dance skills I'd obsessively perfected, my pride and joy. With deep sorrow, I released the talents I'd honed over years. They dissolved into the black ether. My sacrifice made, I awoke. The real world flooded my senses, a second chance at life. But trying to stand, my legs gave out. Without my skills, I'd never dance again. Tears fell as I unplugged the brain zapper forever. My talents were history, but my spirit was reborn. Now I could really live. It's gonna be a rough road. I'll miss dancing every day. But in the void, I regained my humanity. I'm flawed, but I'm free. So long, perfectionism. JYNX is hanging up her cyber kicks. Time to find new passions that fulfill, not consume. We all gotta make sacrifices to find balance. But trust me, dolls, self-love is the real big deal. Stay fabulous.